Today I'm sharing some very simple tips and tricks to give your fall outfits a little freshen up. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome to my channel. Okay, now you clicked on this video because you'd like to freshen up your fall outfits, right? Yeah, of course you did. And it's really easy. Sometimes it's as simple as just altering your mindset a little bit and also employing a couple of little styling tips and tricks that we're going to talk about in today's episode. A portion of today's episode is also sponsored by Squarespace, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them shortly, but let's just dive into these simple tips and tricks. Now, first up, I think it's really important to audit your basics. Now, at the beginning of a new season is a great time to really have a deep dive into your closet and look at some of those foundation pieces. Now, these are the pieces that you wear all the time, and they're often the starting blocks or the starting pieces for an outfit. So for me, for instance, I usually always start my outfits from my bottom half. I decide what pants or skirt or perhaps dress that I want to wear for the day and work my way up, and that is how I build my outfits. So my base pieces, my bottom half, is really important. So try and think about how you put an outfit together and what those basic pieces are to start building from. What also falls into this category are the pieces that just help you layer and create sensible, practical outfits. So these are your tanks, your long sleeve tees, as I said, your pants, also your outer layers, because obviously it's cooler now. We need to look at those outer layers. So take a deep dive into your closet and really drill down on some of those basic pieces. Have a look at them. Have they seen better days? Are there a couple of missing links there that you need to add a few little extra pieces to create some simple outfits? Do a deep dive into those basics and see what you are left with. And don't forget, if some of the pieces that you are moving out still have some life left in them, donate them, give them to a thrift store. Make sure you give those pieces a new lease on life. They may not be working for you, but they may still be good enough to work for someone else. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, once you've audited your basics, it's time to rethink what you have left. And by this, I simply mean have a really good, long, hard look at what is left in your closet and what is fall appropriate. The pieces that you are feeling good in, that fit you, that look good, they're in good condition, and that actually make you feel great. Now is the time to really look at those pieces and perhaps rethink them. Now, the easiest way to rethink them is to go online and get inspired by outfits that someone else has put together, and it's highly likely that you will have similar pieces and you can create some different looks by copying what they have done. So it really is that sort of steal her style type thinking, and sometimes it does just mean that we need to adjust our thinking. It's so easy to get trapped into one way of wearing a certain piece and not realizing that there are lots of different ways to wear something and style something. A classic this season would be looking at some of your jackets and coats and blazers, and perhaps belting things and cinching them in at the waist is a really big look for fall. So maybe it's just reimagining some of the pieces that you currently own and thinking about different and new and fun, fresh ways to wear them. And this portion of today's episode is sponsored by my favorite website creators, Squarespace. The best place to go for a domain or to create a beautiful website or online store. I've been using Squarespace for a number of years, and in my experience, it is the easiest way to build any sort of online presence. Squarespace also has some really easy to use inbuilt analytics, so you can see where people are finding you, where they're coming from, and I just find this side of it really fascinating. And as I said, it's surprisingly easy to use. You don't need to be particularly tech savvy. I'm not, but have created a number of websites on Squarespace really easily. Now, if you'd like to launch yourself online, then what I suggest you do is whipping over to squarespace.com and taking advantage of their free trial. It's a great way to get familiar with how Squarespace works and how to play around and build a website. When you're ready to launch, simply use my unique URL, which is squarespace.com/The Style Insider. Use my code The Style Insider, and that will save you 10% off your first website or domain. But definitely whip on over there, have a little play, and don't get left behind. Start your own blog or website, or just create an online presence. It's much easier than you think. Another really easy way to freshen up your clothes closet is to invest in a statement piece. And in my opinion, a statement sweater is a really easy way to go. Obviously, sweaters are comfy, but they can be worn casually and also dressed up. If you wear a simple pair of jeans, adding a statement sweater is going to really give an outfit a bit of a wow factor. It also gives you that opportunity to feel new and fresh and vibrant. So there are lots and lots of statement sweaters around this season. I've seen lots of bright, bold colors. There's a beautiful green that I've seen, and I'm still on the Kelly green train. Gorgeous, vibrant purples. There are some bejeweled, bedazzled sweaters, and there's just some really interesting sweaters and knitwear in general that you can, as I said, add to a very, very simple outfit and just give that sort of final finishing piece, which is a little bit of a wow factor. I think if there's a time of year that you need your clothing to just inject a bit of life and fun and vibrancy, it's now. It's when the weather starts cooling off and getting grey and miserable outside. Now, next up, I am encouraging you to release yourself. And what I mean by this is release yourself from the constraints that you may have on yourself when it comes to fashion. We all have constraints, whether it be size constraints or age or what someone has told us that we should or shouldn't wear or what colors we think suit us. And what tends to happen is those constraints really stop us from exploring new and fresh and enjoying new looks. It's so easy to get trapped in a particular style. And also, let's face it, most of us are busy, we have busy lives. It's kind of hard to spend the time to reinvest in how we look and to rethink our personal style. But I encourage you to try this, even if it's just for a little bit, because it is freeing and it gives you the opportunity to use clothes to be or present to the world in a way that you would like to present without any constraints. I recently listened to an interview with Iris Apfel, the beautiful advanced style icon, and she talked about the importance of experimenting with fashion. And even she, who has such a bold, vibrant, out there look, says she still experiments. And she even said it's not always easy and it is painful at times, but it really pays off. And I think that's part of the message that I'm trying to get across here, that sometimes we need to just be given permission to break out of the box that we have found ourselves in when it comes to our own style. So I encourage you to have a little look online, look at some of your favorite stores, check out Pinterest, look for some inspiration, and try and put aside all of those restraints and restrictions that you perhaps have in your mind. Look at fashion and fashion pieces clearly without that. Look at something that you perhaps love but for whatever reason wouldn't wear or haven't thought that you should wear, and maybe do yourself a favor and invest in that piece. What I do think is really important though is that when you're looking at stepping outside of your fashion comfort zone, you still have to try and think about 2 or 3, 4 outfits that you can create with pieces that you already own with that new piece. I don't want you to go off and go crazy and buy a whole lot of random pieces that you're still not going to be able to create outfits with, but I do encourage you to release yourself from constraints and just pick a piece this season that speaks to you and makes you feel happy. Now, one of the absolute easiest ways to freshen up your looks and create a little bit more excitement in your outfits is by using accessories. And the reason I love accessories is that they are affordable and a very easy way just to add an extra bit of oomph to clothes that you already own. There are some great accessories around this season, and just simple things, whether it's some jewelry that you wear, maybe chunky hoops because they are everywhere at the moment, they're not expensive either, or whether it's a bright beanie or even a new scarf. Like a beautiful new scarf is going to keep you warm, but it's also going to really give any outfit a new lease on life. When it comes to eyewear, really bold sunglasses are trending this season, and again, I love the practicality of this, and you are definitely going to make a statement when you wear some of the cool shades that are on offer at the moment. statement. And even things like adding a crossbody bag to your repertoire. For me, crossbody bags not only add a little bit of a shape to my outfit and create just a little bit more of an interesting silhouette. They're obviously practical, they allow you to be hands-free, but they're almost like the icing on the cake of an outfit. I actually feel naked these days if I'm not wearing a crossbody bag. So think about accessories as a really simple, easy, and cost-effective way to update your outfit. Okay, it may be sweater season, but you can never underestimate the versatility of a great jacket. So have a look at the jackets that you have. Obviously, a jacket is that final piece that you add before you walk outside. It is a piece that's going to keep you warm, and there are some amazing jackets on offer this season. I am particularly loving those motor sort of style jackets. Karen Britchick has just recently thrifted one, which I'm sure you guys have seen because I know that you watch all of her videos just like me. The great thing about a jacket is regardless of what you're wearing underneath it, a jacket will just finish an outfit and set the tone for that outfit. And when it comes to jackets, there really is something for everyone. So whether it's a puffer jacket, there are some gorgeous bright puffer jackets on offer this season, whether it's a good classic denim jacket, although denim jackets aren't overly warm, but it depends on where you live. You can wear a denim jacket and then layer a longer, heavier coat over the top. Bombers, oh yes, there are some really interesting bomber jackets around as well, but make sure you've got that final layer down. And if you haven't, or what you have is not really adding interest, if it's all about practicality and it's not making a bit of a style statement. So maybe it's as simple as just updating your outerwear, that outer layer, which really does just create the finishing piece of the puzzle. And last but not least, I'm going to encourage you to be a little daring and look for a statement piece. It'll be your statement piece of the season, and whether it's a jacket or a coat or whatever it may be, it's about owning something that makes you feel amazing every single time you put it on. I know it becomes about practicality. It's about keeping warm and keeping dry, but you can do that and also make a style statement as well. And it doesn't have to cost a fortune either. I'm not talking about spending a whole lot of money. It's just updating a piece or two that will really breathe a whole lot of freshness into your look. So it could be a fitted sort of graphic jersey style top, or some bright pants, or those wide leg trousers that you've been kind of eyeing up but not sure about. Or it could be some cool new earrings or a neon puffer. Whatever it is important just to remember to have a little bit of fun. And if you do find a piece and it is a little bit out there for you and it's a little bit daring, then Google it. Google street style images, look for some inspiration, and look at different ways that that particular piece is being worn. No one has all the answers. Everyone is looking for ideas and styling ideas, and while some people play in their wardrobes for hours on end, if you don't have the time to do that, get online and have a little look. It will be so easy to find lots of inspiration to help you come up with new and fresh ideas on how to create outfits using these new pieces. And if you'd like to see 10 fall fashion trends that are finally back, then click and tap on the screen here. I've also done a bit of a try on haul in this one, so you might have a little bit of a laugh. So click or tap here and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Bye.